Hello there, this is DBT and this is Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends Unite. And today, I will be unlocking the newest Lamborghini that has been added in the game. You see it on the screen right now, and that's of course the Lamborghini Temerario. And I'm going to show you how you can unlock this car as well, because not only it's extremely easy to do, but it's also 100% free. It's a fantastic opportunity for you to get a new car, and man, a free car, how could we say no? Before I jump into it though, if you like my content, please hit the like button on this video right now. When you do that, you tell YouTube that this video is worth recommending to more people, and that allows the channel to continue growing, and that allows DBT to continue making videos for you. It's a win-win. Do it for DBT. And subscribe because hey, why not? That's free. But alright, so the new season just started, and with it came the special event for the Lamborghini Temerario. Now, like I just mentioned, the car is very easy to acquire. Just how easy? Well, in the very first stage, all you gotta do is finish the race. It's a free try with the Temerario, and all you gotta do is finish the race. You don't even need to do anything fancy like beating a time or doing certain amount of 360s or barrels, nothing. You just finish the race. You could literally let the game play itself and you're gonna get the car. That's just how easy it is. Now, there's other conditions as well, but you know, this is to get the additional rewards and whatnot. But if you just want the car, you could literally do just that. Now, I did say that I'm gonna unlock the car. Before I jump into that part though, I'm gonna be talking about the car as a whole, both in the sense of the design of the car and the stats and where it belongs and whatnot. If you want to jump ahead into the unlocking or whatever, there's gonna be timestamps in this video so that you can jump to the relevant part that you want to watch. But alright, so like I said, I'm gonna talk about the car because I have some thoughts in terms of the design of the car. The very first thing that I gotta say is, this is not the base version of the Temerario. This is the Temerario with the Allegerita package, or Allegerita, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. But yeah, this is a slightly, well, a different version of the car. Now, it does have some changes in terms of the little ducktail over here and also the side. I'll show you what Lamborghini had to say about that. But if you're curious what the regular Lambo looks like, the regular Temerario, it's this. This is the regular one. Now you can see that. Obviously, it's in a different color, but you get the idea, right? Now, it's not super obvious what changed, so actually Lamborghini did put this information on their website if you are to order the Allegerita package. And it reads, the Temerario also has the Allegerita lightweight package. For customers more oriented towards track driving, it reduces the car weight by 25 kilograms when incorporating the carbon rims and is more efficient from aerodynamic point of view. So there it is, and you can see in dark black, in black, whatever. In a darker color, what it actually changed, which is the rear side of the car, I don't know what you call that entire panel, the side skirts, the front. You see what changed, right? So yeah, I just wanted to give you this information because indeed this is a slightly fancier version of the Temerario, but again, it doesn't make too much of a difference other than in looks and apparently in performance as well. Now, to be completely honest with you, I am not 100% in love with this car. Now, is it a cool looking car? Yes. Does it look like a Lambo? Yes. Is it my favorite? Not even close. Now, the main reason for that is the front of the car. To me, this front looks extremely boring. That's not to say that it's ugly. It just doesn't have what I like in Lamborghini in terms of their edgy design, let's say. Because Lamborghini tends to be a lot about shapes and Y shapes and a bunch of other things. Now, the main thing about this front is that first they separated the daylight running lights from the actual headlights. These are the lights that are supposed to be on all the time. These are the ones that you use for when it's dark and whatnot. So normally what Lamborghini does is they put these together in creating a nice fancy shape. Over here they separated them, which may not be a problem. It's not necessarily a problem, but it just looks very boring because the headlights is just a little slit over here and you can see the headlights, and then you have over here the daylight running lights, which is just a hexagon. Now, to be fair, hexagons are indeed very much in the Lamborghini design DNA. In a lot of Lamborghinis, you see hexagons all over the place, specifically, or more normally you see them in the inside of the car and in other shapes. But in this particular version of the car, they decided to make the hexagon more prominent in the design of the lights as opposed to the regular Y shapes that Lamborghini normally uses. Now, having a look at the car from the front, when you compare this with, for example, the Hurricane, which is the car that they are replacing, you can see that the Hurricane instantly has more shapes to it, more Y shapes, more, I don't know, it looks a little bit more daring in my opinion. Or if we look at the Aventador, for example, you also see the Y shapes and again, the headlight with the running light and all of that. It looks more shapy with more edges, if you want to say more edgy, but whatever. And then when you compare that to this just looks, honestly, this looks Urus to me. And that's not to say, once again, that the Urus is a bad thing, but it just looks kind of bland. It doesn't look like, to me, at least, it does, excuse me, it doesn't look like the super fancy, ridiculously expensive car that this is from the front. Now, the side look fantastic, the back looks fantastic, but yeah, the front I'm not in love with. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. I know that has nothing to do with the car in-game, but hey, it's my thoughts on the newest Lamborghini. And by the way, I'm not the only one that thinks this. There has been a bunch of videos on, oh, the redesign, how we would redesign the car and adding some more Y shapes to the front, or at least making this bigger, this a little bit more interesting looking. Yeah, I don't know, what can I say? Not a lot of people, well, there's a bunch of people that are not liking it as well. But as I said with the Revuelto when it came out, I may not be in love with it at first, I need to get used to it and eventually it'll probably grow on me. But anyway, let's talk about the performance of the car in-game, at least when it comes to numbers, because like I just mentioned, this is the second highest Lamborghini, excuse me, the second highest Class B car in terms of rank. I'm sorry for the coughing, guys, I don't know, I think I'm getting sick again. So, is this a king? I don't know. It's very difficult to say nowadays what is a king, what isn't. You know that people still consider, and to some extent it is, they've won a Lamb, it's still a king, and whether or not this other car and that other car, whatever. This car is extremely similar to the Revuelto in terms of the stats. In fact, the top speed, it's about 2 kilometers slower. The acceleration is about 1 point higher. I'm talking in comparison with the Revuelto. The handling, it's 5 points lower and the nitro is 8 points higher. So you can see how it's a little bit worse here, a little bit better over here, you know, that type of thing. But overall, it's a very similar car. Very similar in top speed, very good in acceleration, good handling, and okay at best nitro. Now 62 actually might be considerably better than the 54 that the Revuelto has, but anyway. So is this gonna be considered a king? Probably not, but still, at the very least, this is a car that is going to be for a while in Elite Class B events, so you can get some tokens by doing those with this car, so there you go. Alright, I think it's time. Let's unlock my car. Like I just said, all you gotta do is finish the race. Obviously, I'm actually going to be doing the race proper, because I also want to get my other rewards, so yes, let's get to that. Oh man, one thing that I think is kind of funny, the engine sound. Why? They gave it a V10. Yep. Now, if you don't know anything about this car, the Temerario, it's meant to be the replacement. It's not meant. It is straight up the replacement to Huracan. Huracans have been the V10 platform for Lamborghini for the last 10 or so years, and well, they've just replaced it with the Temerario. But they did away with the V10. And apparently it has to do with emissions, you know, the emission regulations that are going on in Europe and all over the place. So because of that, they went now with a V8, but they made it twin turbo as well. So this thing produces almost the same amount of horsepower that the Revuelto has, and that is a V10. But anyway, I bring all of this because yeah, this is a V8 IRL, and over here they gave it a V10. So we have a car like the SV12 in the game that in the name says that it's a V12 and they give it a V10. And we have a car that is a V8 IRL and they gave it also a V10. I guess they really like the V10s over here in Asphalt Legends United. But either way, there we go. That's going to be the race. My first race with the Temerario. And how does it feel? Feels all right. Comfortable. But I don't know. It's not like I'm going to give you a review of the car right now. But there it is. Yep. And there's my rewards. Very well. More importantly, here comes. Yep, this is fine. This is good. Give me my... Yeah! Come on. Can I get rid of this message? Thank you. New Lambo, baby! Very nice, very nice. So, yeah, it's literally that easy to unlock the car, so you should go ahead and get it. Now, whether or not you should start it up, that's completely up to you. Like I said, at the very least, even if it's at just 1 star, you are able to use this card. You will be able to use this card in the future Elite Class B events and get a tiny bit of tokens from it. Obviously, if you start it up more, you can get more tokens, but yeah, there you go. So that is just how easy it is to unlock this car, and man, I'm so happy that there's a new Lambo in the game. Now, like I said at the start, it is not very often that Game of Justice straight up gives a good car for free, no strings attached. And I think this is probably because it's a promotional push by Lamborghini for people to talk about this car and whatnot. So in a popular racing game, a mobile racing game, well, you can get the car for free, so there you go. So that's fantastic. This is not the first time that this happens, though. We had a case very similar to this 1 year ago, precisely when the Revuelto, the successor to the Aventador family, was released. We also got a special event for it, and you were also able to unlock the car by just doing a race. I think I did a video on it, if I remember. I'll put the link in the top right about now if you want to watch that, but it's basically the same concept. Though that special event was a little bit different because that one had an insane lineup of pretty much all of the Lamborghinis. Over here is not as crazy. This special event requires less Lambos, but it still requires a ton of them. Now, I'm not going to do the full overview of this event. I'm just gonna real quick mention what are the cars that are required over here to continue making progress. We have the Lamborghini Gallardo, the Lamborghini Asterion, the Huracan Evo, the Huracan Super Trofeo Evo. Then we got the Lamborghini Reventon, the Aventador SV, the SC63, Lamborghini Diablo, Aventador SVJ, Aventador J, the Egoista, and the Terzo Milenio. And from there, the cars start repeating. Now, I know that that's some crazy requirements, but that is basically for Lamborghini collectors like myself. So I'll definitely be able to make a lot of progress. And in fact, the amount of the rewards that you can get over here if you do have all of these Lambos, it's actually pretty dope. Now, the information that you see right now on the screen was compiled by Successful Fish 4037 on Reddit. I'll leave you the link to this post where it even gives you another table where it shows all of the requiremements and whatnot. So shout outs to him. Once again, go ahead and check his post and upvote it. But over here, I'm just going to show you real quick the general information, at least when it comes to this particular, to the blueprints that you can get of this car. Now, going all the way to the bottom, you can see that in total, you can get this amount of credits. Wait, that's credits, right? Yeah, credits, then for the club credits. Over here, this is the total amount of tokens, the maximum amount of tokens that you would be able to get throughout the entire special event. Then we got the blueprints that you can get 48, which is, you know, not a ton. It probably allows you to start up from 1 to 2 stars and maybe half the next star. There's not a lot of them. But what's really important is the fact that you can get 12 epics for the car. Once again, if you manage to do all of the conditions and finish it all the way, 12 epics. You know what that means? That means that while the event doesn't give you a lot of blueprints to start up a lot, it gives you enough epics to gold the car. So if you have enough tokens and you want to spend them in buying Temerario packs and you manage to take the car to 6 stars through that, you will be able to gold the car. That's right. And this special event, again, with the tokens that you will be spending on getting the car startup, you will be able to gold the car. So that is absolutely fantastic. Now, this is again very similar to how it was for the Lamborghini Revuelto 1 year ago, where you could straight up gold the car from the special event. Once again, same situation, not a ton of blueprints, but enough epics to do so. And you just need to spend a lot of tokens in order to start it up. That was the main requirement. Though, like I said, that special event for the Revuelto it required pretty much every single Lambo in the game. So that was in a way harder, though. Once again, for the Lambo collector like myself, it was the rule. Now, I personally will be able to make a lot of progress over here, but I don't think I will be able to manage to get all the epics, because I don't have every single Lambo at the maximum stars, and I don't know that I have enough tokens to take this car to 6 stars, and I don't even know if I want to do that. The reason for that is because, once again, this is the global version of the game. I'm playing it on Steam, but remember that I also play the game on the Switch, and on the Switch, I have a lot more progress with my cars to start up and whatnot, and I have a lot more tokens to spend. So probably on the Switch, I'll be able to take the car to gold or close to gold. And over here, I might just start the car a little bit and keep it, I don't know, like 3 or 4 stars or something like that, to play with it in MP2 as opposed to MP1. So, you know, I like having those 2 options to be able to play in different series. So yeah, we'll see how that goes over time. I haven't quite decided. And the thing is that this event is going to be running for the entirety of the season. So that's literally 4 weeks to make decisions and progress as to how I'm gonna be doing this. Now, I want to test this car also overclocked. Like I said, the test that I just did, or rather the first race, well, didn't necessarily tell me a lot, and it's not that overclock is gonna tell me a whole lot more. I just want to see how the stats of this car are in when the car is at gold and overclock. So here we go. Yeah, 360, so the speed increases only a tiny bit. Well, I mean, everything increases a tiny bit, so it's not absolutely amazing, but hey, let's try it anyway. Let's see what the car can do when it's overclocked. Now, honestly, I don't really use overclock a whole lot in this game other than in Grand Prix, but hey, listen, I might as well drive it while I can over here. And this also works as another way for you to test the car, though. Then again, the performance that you will see over here, overclock, is not going to be the performance that you'll get normally, because, well, you're likely not going to be running with this car overclocked all the time. But anyway, yeah, from what I experienced in the previous race and what I'm seeing right now, the car is okay. It's, oh god, all right, well, that happened. That's fantastic. The car seems okay. Like I said, if it in stats it looked like the Revuelto, and in performance it feels like the Revuelto, where it's not gonna drift absolutely amazing. It is not an amazing drifter. It's not that it's bad, but it's not straight up amazing. The top speed, what is happening? Jesus. The top speed, while high for Class B, is not amongst the fastest. What this car is going to be able to shine at is precisely the acceleration. The acceleration with this car with better nitro than the Revuelto, it's probably what's going to make this car be a bit more interesting to play with. But overall, I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, people are gonna be able to do amazing with this car. I mean, people with crazy skill probably will, but you know that that's not DVT, so there you go. Oh, and I haven't even shown you the colors of the car, right? I mean, I know this because I already looked at this car in the Switch, because I unlocked it already over there. But anyway, yeah, this car does come with a bunch of colors. Once again, this is the official color for the Allegerita package. Why did I go over here? But it does come with other colors as well. We got it in green, we got it in orange, which honestly, I mean, it looks fine. You know that I love cars in orange, but I like when they go for a little bit crazier dual tone orange, but either way, it's fine. We got it also in blue, yellow, some, I don't know, this is like, yes, silverish, but it also has like a blue tint to it, so there you go. In red, straight up, what you call it, light blue or whatever. We got this greenish color that Lamborghini seems to love nowadays, which hey, I don't dislike. Pretty dope. We got it also in white, and finally in a more bluish, still somewhat silverish look, but considerably more blue. From the official colors, honestly, this one looks dope just because it's so bold. Orange looks good, blue looks good, yellow looks good, and the rest, I mean, red looks alright too, but I don't know. I don't think I love them necessarily in red. So I'm gonna drive it in orange because hey, why not? Oh, and by the way, there's also the decal. They announced that there's gonna be this decal. I think this is the one that you can get through the special event in the very last stage. It looks like it looks. I don't find it particularly appealing, but hey, I'm not saying that it's ugly either. So there you go. And then there's this other one as well. This one I kind of like because it does add like the white in the front with the blue over here. So I don't know. And honestly, I'm not even sure which one is the one that you can get through the special event, but there you go. So let me drive this car once again, hopefully better this time. All right, let's see if I can get a better result over here. But yeah, like I said, I know that people are gonna be like, oh my god, this is just a Revuelto clone, and to some extent it is. It really is. It's very similar in the stats. Though to be fair, this car IRL is also very similar to the Revuelto, because like I said, yeah, this is a V8 and the Revuelto it's a V10, but excuse me, a V12. But this one is twin turbo, while the V12 is naturally aspirated. So at least in horsepower, they're similar. They're both hybrids. This, like I said, this is just the new generation of Lamborghinis. The Huracan and the Aventador are out. The Revuelto and the Temerario are in. But once again, like I said, oh god. The Revuelto, when it came out, I wasn't in love with it, but I didn't dislike it. I just was like, I haven't quite gotten it just yet, but hey, it's fine. And by now I do like it quite a bit. But honestly, this one, like I said, I do find the front a little bit boring. Oh, come on! I'm fine. I find it a little bit boring. Like I said, probably over time it'll grow on me, but for the time being, I just find it like, It's okay. The front reminds me actually also a lot of the Gallardo, because the Gallardo has a very plain looking front of the car, but the Gallardo is a car from what, 20 years ago, so it kind of makes sense that the design is a little bit outdated in that sense, but this is a much newer car. And still the front just looks not very inspiring in my opinion. Why don't you let me know what you think? Why don't you let me know in the comments what you think about the design of the car as a whole? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you find it mid? Do you find it ugly? I won't take any offense, unless I do, in which case I will be offended. But speaking of the Gallardo, there is now the car hunt for the Gallardo. This is the very first time, I think, that the Gallardo is available in a regular car hunt. I know that it was a Legend Pass exclusive hunt a long time ago, but I think this is the first time that you actually have the opportunity to just get this car straight up. If you don't know anything about this car, it is a very good Class C car. It is not insanely fast, but it's absolutely agile. It's very nice. The cars that you need in order to get the guaranteed blueprints are going to be the Vencer Sarth and the Corvette Stingray. Once again, if you haven't seen this car at all, let me show it to you. There it is, Class C car. It used to be an elite Class C car. I think it still may be, but it's on its way out. I think it's literally the fifth highest Class C car, so any new car that gets added with a higher rank, this gets out of elite. But either way, for Class C, 339 top speed, it's fast. You know, this is more like a Class B speed, so that's nice. Acceleration 75 in Class C. Well, it's slow, but you know, it's sort of average for Class C. Granted, there's a lot of Class C that out-accelerate this thing, but hey. Handling at 73 is pretty high, and Nitro 57, it's okay. Now, the higher or the faster the cars are, the more difference that this Nitro makes. For example, a Class A car with this Nitro feels considerably bad. Over here doesn't feel nearly as bad, so there you go. Let's do a race with this just in case you're curious. Like I said, this is actually a very agile car for Class C, so I think you should absolutely go for this car because, hey, why not? At the very least, it's the best Lambo in Class C in terms of overall performance. But yeah, once again, I don't know what to make of the Temerario just yet. Like I said, there's been a bunch of people that have been talking about, oh my god, the front looks boring. I wasn't the only one to think this. And yeah, I don't know that. Oh god, I'm gonna crash. Am I gonna crash? I didn't crash. I knew I wasn't gonna crash. I don't think that Lamborghini is gonna do anything about it. Maybe once they redesign the car for their whatever is gonna be their next model of the Temerario, maybe they'll rework it. You know how they make I don't know how many versions of the Huracan and whatnot. So you can expect that over time there's going to be a bunch of versions of the Temerario, and maybe they're going to start going a little bit bolder with the design. Maybe their whole idea was to start with a tame design so that they can continue building upon it. Though, honestly, I don't know that that's a great idea. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not in the business of making or designing cars. But there you go. So yeah, that is the Gallardo. Once again, very good car. I think this is absolutely worth going for. And also there's another situation that this is an old car in the game, which makes it the type of car that doesn't require a gajillion blueprints in order to unlock. So 100% you should go for this thing. If you have the time, if you have the patience to do car hunts, this is worth it. But alright, that's gonna wrap it up for the video of the Lamborghini Temerario. Now, I was actually going to record the patch note review because the patch notes were released yesterday, but yesterday I was busy. Today I needed to record this. So why don't you tell me if you still want to watch a patch note review? Let me know in the comments, because I mean, maybe you're not interested anymore. Maybe you know everything that you want to know, but I do have some thoughts to give, so who knows, maybe you want to hear what I have to say. Let me know in the comments. Once again, hit the like button and subscribe. You know, do all those things. And if you want to support me directly, consider joining the Vroom membership. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.